It's 2 a.m. in Bushwick. Your studio is 280 square feet. Rent is $1,800 a month. You do the math in your head. You always do the math in your head. The bodega downstairs hums all night. A train rattles the window every 20 minutes. You stopped hearing it months ago. You hear your bank balance instead. You open the app one more time. $412. Payday is 11 days away. You already know this won't stretch. So, you ration. You ration MetroCard swipes now. You skip the coffee. You skip the lunch. You walk 30 blocks to save the fare. In this city, half your income vanishes into rent. The other half barely survives the week. A single subway delay can break you. A late paycheck can end you. There is no cushion. There is no margin. There is only the math running all night. You tell yourself this is temporary. Everyone in New York says that. Most of them will say it forever. Net worth, basically zero. You are not broke. You are below broke. And tonight, something in you refuses to stay there. So you start counting differently. You pick up a second income. You answer emails at midnight. You learn a skill the city will pay for. The first $500 extra feels like air. You don't spend it. You can't spend it. You just stare at it sitting in the account. For the first time, a number climbs instead of falling. 5,000, then 12, then 20. The fear loosens its grip, one finger at a time. You can absorb one bad day now, maybe two. A broken phone is no longer a catastrophe. That feeling is brand new. Then you start to look around. You scroll past someone your age in a Tribeca loft. You scroll past a 24-year-old who just sold a company. The FOMO ignites like a struck match. You see the dinners you weren't invited to. You see the apartments you can't afford. You see a whole tier of the city living above you. You don't want comfort anymore. You want out. You want the version of New York that doesn't flinch at a price tag. So you push harder. You sleep less. You hit $50,000 saved. You feel unstoppable. You feel like you cracked it. You have no idea the game is just beginning. Then the city makes you an offer. A real job. A real title. A tower with your name on the lobby list. You badge in that first Monday. Now you're on the 40th floor. The light is cold and blue. The skyline sits below you like a promise finally kept. The salary is real. The bonus is bigger than your old rent for a year. The system has decided to reward you. Your net worth crosses 100,000. Then it pushes toward 250, and the city changes shape around you. You take the cab instead of the L. You stop checking prices at the grocery store. You order the second drink without flinching. It feels like winning. For a while, it absolutely is. But you start to notice the room. The people beside you are smart. They're tired. And they're stuck. There's a number this job will never pass. You can see the exact edge of it. Everyone here hit that ceiling years ago. They stopped looking up. They decorated the cage instead. You haven't stopped looking up. You can't. And that quiet dread starts riding the elevator home with you. So you change the rules. You stop trading hours for dollars. You make the dollars work the night shift. You invest. You compound. You leverage what you've built. And you sign a lease that once seemed insane. Now there's a doorman who knows your name. Now there's glass from the floor to the ceiling. The city glitters below like a circuit board. Your net worth crosses 700,000. Then it touches 1 million on a Tuesday. But something shifts inside you. You don't feel rich. You feel exposed. Because now you have something to lose. And the city is full of ways to lose it. You start watching the market at 3 a.m. You recalculate after every dip. A bad quarter feels like a knife at your throat. You read the headlines differently now. Every recession warning is about you. Every crash story is a rehearsal for your nightmare. You build the spreadsheet of everything you own. You stare at it the way you once stared at $400. You have more than you ever dreamed of. And all you think about is keeping it. The fear didn't leave when the money came. The fear just learned to wear a nicer suit. Then it happens. The number you chased your entire life. $1 million. Net worth confirmed. You wait for the feeling, the freedom, the exhale you promised yourself in that Bushwick studio. It doesn't come. You stand at the glass at midnight. The skyline doesn't look different. You don't look different. The million is just pixels on a screen. You wait another minute, you refresh the page. The number is still there. The feeling still isn't. And then the truth lands. In New York, $1 million isn't freedom. $1 million is a down payment. $1 million is a one-bedroom you wouldn't even love. You run the math one last time. $1 million can't retire you here. Not in this city. Not even close. The finish line moved while you were sprinting toward it. It moved every single year. You just never looked down to check. You think about the kid counting MetroCard swipes. He believed this number would save him. He believed it would change everything. It changed nothing. You're the same person. Same 3 a.m. Same quiet panic. Just a bigger account to be afraid for. This is the moment it breaks. Not the bank account. You. Because if $1 million doesn't do it, maybe nothing does. And that thought follows you to bed. So you go bigger. Because bigger is the only language you still speak. You can't sleep behind the glass anymore. You take the elevator all the way up. The wind hits you up here. Manhattan stretches out, pale and endless. The sun climbs over the East River. Net worth, 3 million, then 5, then 7. And now you actually have it. Real freedom. The freedom to never work again. The freedom to buy almost anything in this city. You quit the things you hated. You buy the house in the Hamptons. You fly private once, just to feel it. And here's the part no one warned you about. The wanting is gone. The Hamptons house bores you in a week. The watch sits dead in a drawer. The dinners blur into one long, expensive nothing. Every goal you ever set, you've already passed. There's nothing left on the list. You scroll your old photos. The broke kid in Bushwick is smiling. You can't remember the last time you did. He had nothing and felt everything. You have everything and feel almost none of it. You got exactly what you wanted, and the wanting was the thing keeping you alive. Now you move quietly, the way real money actually moves. A few calls shift millions. A signature opens any door. The city that once crushed you now waits for your reply. Net worth, $10 million. You stand on the rooftop where it all leveled out. You look for the kid from Bushwick. He's not here. He rationed subway swipes. He walked 30 blocks in the cold. He was terrified and broke and completely alive. You feel none of it now. You have all the power he prayed for. You lost the person who prayed. You have the apartment he'd have killed for. You can't feel the walls anymore. You can't feel anything in them. The city looks the same from up here. The lights, the bridges, the endless grid. You're the only thing that changed. You spent 10 years climbing every level of net worth. Nobody told you the real price of the top. You didn't buy freedom. You bought distance. Distance from the city. Distance from people. Distance from the person you used to be. The number went up at every single level. The man went quiet. And the only thing money can't buy back is the version of you that still felt hungry.